So there has been a recent clash between India and China in a Himalayan border area, and some are concerned that this may lead to World War III. That's what I'm going to be talking about in this video and the significance this has in terms of end-time Bible prophecy. But before I do that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new and click the bell and select all notifications. Also, make sure notifications are enabled in your YouTube app on your mobile device so you don't miss any of my future uploads. An online post entitled India-China Clash, 20 Indian Troops Killed in Ladakh Fighting by BBC.com states, at least 20 Indian soldiers were killed in a clash with Chinese forces in a disputed Himalayan border area, Indian officials say. The incident follows rising tensions and is the first deadly clash in the border area in at least 45 years. The Indian Army initially said 3 of its soldiers had been killed, adding that both sides suffered casualties. But later on Tuesday, officials said a number of critically injured soldiers had died of their wounds. Now, what's unusual about this battle is that no shots were fired and the Indian soldiers were apparently beaten to death with rocks and clubs. And the border where this conflict happened was poorly marked and the landscape was subject to change, which has led to conflicts between India and China in the past over territorial disputes. As a result of the India and China clash, World War III trended on Twitter. One user named Katara posted this picture and caption, "Woke up to World War III trending again. If we make it out this year, I'm putting it on my resume." So do you have something to be concerned about? What does Bible prophecy say about this? Will there be a World War III, and will it lead to the end of the world? Jesus warned about wars and rumors of wars when speaking about signs of the end times in Matthew chapter 24 verses 6 through 8, stating, "And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet, for nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of sorrows." When Jesus said the end is not yet, he meant that no political conflict will lead to the end of the world. So even if there were a World War III, it will not lead to the end. Now the Bible is silent about whether or not there will be a World War III, but at the same time, the Bible didn't specifically warn about World War I or World War II. So I wouldn't rule World War III out as a possibility, although I think it's highly unlikely. Now, even though the Bible is silent about World War III, it does mention a global religious conflict that will occur before the second coming of Jesus. It's called the Battle of Armageddon. Revelation chapter 16 verses 13 through 16 says, "And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs, coming out of the mouth of the dragon, out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are spirits of demons performing signs, which go out to the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of the great day of God Almighty. Behold, I am coming as a thief. Blessed is he who watches and keeps his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. And they gathered them together to the place called in Hebrew Armageddon." The Battle of Armageddon happens in the 6th seal right before the second coming of Jesus. Now, no, it isn't a war between Israel, Russia, and China, as some prophecy teachers claim. The Battle of Armageddon is a global confederation marshaled together by demonic forces in an attempt to eliminate God's people who reject the mark of the beast. The Bible tells us the object of Satan's special attack in the end times in Revelation chapter 12 verse 17, stating, "And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ." Wrath means to be enraged, and the dragon symbolizes Satan according to verse 9, and the woman symbolizes God's church. For example, in the parable of the 10 virgins in Matthew chapter 25, the virgins symbolize the church. A remnant is the last remaining portion of something, so the remnant of her seed symbolizes God's end-time church. This church is described as keeping the commandments and having the testimony of Jesus Christ. Satan is at war with this church, and the final battle of this war is the Battle of Armageddon. This will be Satan's final attempt to eliminate all faithful believers of the Lord in this world so he can gain full control of this planet in his rebellion against God. This will be after the mark of the beast is enforced, which is a form of false worship in violation of the Ten Commandments. This is demonstrated in Revelation chapter 14, verses 9 through 10, which reads, "Then a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, 'If anyone worships the beast and his image and receives his mark on his forehead or on his hand.'" Notice those who worship the beast receive his mark. This is a form of false worship. "He himself shall also drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out full strength into the cup of his indignation." Faithful followers of the Lord will reject this, and Satan will try to eliminate them to complete his reign on earth. Revelation chapter 13 verse 15 mentions this, saying, "He was granted power to give breath to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed." Worshipping the image of the beast and worshipping the beast is synonymous, since the image serves the beast. Those who reject the beast, his mark, and his image will have a death decree issued against them. However, Christ will not let this happen because he will intervene by his second coming to deliver the saints. When evil men surround God's faithful believers to try to take their lives, Jesus will appear, causing them to run for their lives. Revelation chapter 6 verses 15 through 17 puts it this way, "And the kings of the earth, the great men, the rich men, the commanders, the mighty men, every slave and every free man, hid themselves in the caves and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, 'Fall on us and hide us from the face of him who sits on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath has come, and who is able to stand?'" If you want to learn more about end-time prophecies and the book of Revelation, click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen or the link in the video description to watch Unlocking Bible Prophecies. Unlocking Bible Prophecies is a YouTube video series on Adventist World Radio YouTube channel hosted by Cami Ootman, the Vice President of Adventist World Radio. In this video series, you will learn things like signs of the second coming of Jesus. Will there be a secret rapture? What is the mark of the beast? And other vital Bible topics. The recent clash between India and China is a sign of the end times because Jesus warned about wars and rumors of wars when he was speaking about signs of the end times in Matthew chapter 24. However, it's unlikely that this will lead to World War III. The Bible is silent about World War III, but it does mention another end-time conflict called the Battle of Armageddon. This end-time conflict is formed by demonic spirits in an attempt to eliminate faithful believers who reject the mark of the beast. This will lead to a death decree issued against faithful Christians, but Jesus will intervene by his second coming to deliver his persecuted saints. If you enjoy my videos, feel free to become a patron to help support my YouTube channel. Recently, I set a goal of $5,000 on my Patreon account so I could expand my channel by hiring a full-time social media manager and video editor. That will help us reach more people for Christ by enabling us to respond to more messages and comments. It will also help me focus more on creating Christian content for my channel. Any amount is appreciated. You can pledge $1, $5, $10. Every little bit helps. And if you'd just like to make a one-time donation, you can do that through PayPal. Again, links are in the video description. Please pray for my channel that God may continue using it to reach more people with the gospel. Click on the screen to check out some more of my prophecy videos. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like it and share it. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.